Alright guys, the train is finally leaving the station. Drip's ascent back to the top begins. Check out Scratchy. As most of you guys know, I am super pumped about Scratchy. It's the new Scratch tickets that's coming out that's going to help add liquidity both to drip, pigs, and dogs. And in my opinion, this is probably this will make the single greatest impact on the drip price over the next couple months. I think lending is a long-term thing that will probably likely be around, early to middle of next year. But Scratchy to me is the next big thing for the drip price. So let's go through it real quick. Forex just launched the light paper. We've all been waiting for some of these documents to come out. He just dropped them, so this is my first time looking at them. So if this is a little bit choppy, it's because I'm reading it for the first time. So looks like we've got just a little 7-page PDF. Of course, we're partnered with Chainlink on that for like their VRF service. Table of contents, how the Scratchies work, earning Scratchy NFT platform rewards, Scratchy interface and sample tickets, Scratchy's branding and promotion opportunities. Very cool. How Scratchy NFT works. Ticket sales. Scratchy's NFTs will have two sale prices, 0.1 BNB and 0.3 BNB. So that's what, around 20 to 25 bucks depending on what BNB is doing for the day. So figure 25 and 75 at current prices. It's a pretty good chunk of change, but it will definitely drive in some liquidity. BNB ticket sales will go to prizes, jackpot treasury, buying back the hosting platform's native assets, paying for Chainlink's VRF2 service for trustless randomization of prizes, and revenue sharing with stakers. So how that breaks down is 50% is used for prizes. Of course, you got to pay people out when they win prizes. Hopefully I win the big one. I'd be super excited about that. 15% goes to platform Oracle costs. Up to 15% goes to the client or hosting partner. So again, this is a white label service. So if there's a specific partner that's hosting it, they will get up to 15%. 10% is used for jackpot treasury, which will increase the jackpot with each batch. So I guess as time goes on, these things are going to get more and more lucrative if you end up winning that jackpot. How crazy would it be, seriously, to win like 500K in drip, or BNB, I guess? It'd be amazing. 10% goes to a staking contract for Scratchy's revenue sharing model. So even if you lose, you can still stake the ticket and get some of those funds back. So here's how it works. The winning Scratchy NFTs. When a prize is claimed, the NFT ticket is burned. So you got to make a decision. Do you want to stake the NFT to try and earn a percentage of that revenue, be involved in the revenue sharing, or do you want to take the prize? Sometimes if the prize is just your money back, it may be more lucrative to actually stake it. Obviously, if you win a big prize, you're going to want to keep that. Let's come down and make my face smaller. You guys don't need to see me so big. There we go. Tiny Scott. Okay. So again, when a prize is claimed, the NFT ticket is burnt. Alternatively, players can stake their Scratchy NFT in the revenue sharing pool where you will earn a share of all BNB used to buy tickets across all platforms hosting the Scratchy model. Across all platforms hosting the Scratchy model, that's big because it's not just Drip and Animal Farm. If PancakeSwap hosts it, or ApeSwap, or any of these other countless protocols that are out there want to white label a Scratchy model, that's amazing. So you should actually drum up some pretty good fees there. Once a ticket is staked, you can no longer claim its associated prize. So obviously once you stake it, you can't say, oh, I want the money, and you can't take the money and then try to go stake it. Whatever, makes sense. Non-winning tickets. Given that tickets are burnt when a prize is claimed, the majority of the revenue sharing staking pool will be made up of tickets which did not win a prize, or people who decided to forfeit a lower tier prize in exchange for a share ownership in the protocol through the revenue sharing staking pool. This means whether you win a prize or not, there is always a path to profit in our system, which is awesome. And I guess this is just something we're going to have to feel out, because let's say you win a prize that's equal to your purchase. Let's say it's 25 bucks or 75 bucks for the bigger one. I think it's going to take us a little bit of time to figure out if these are getting drummed up. So what I would say is most people will probably not stake winning tickets early in the beginning because we'll still be looking for platforms to host the service. But once this catches on and a lot of platforms are hosting the service, that could be drumming up some pretty serious cash. So it may be really lucrative for you to actually just stake it in the system. So very interesting. All right, earning Scratchy NFT platform rewards. Each NFT represents a contract that determines the amount of revenue you will earn through staking. The NFT multiplier. The price you pay for a Scratchy NFT ticket will determine the multiplier. This impacts your earnings as a share of the dividend pool. Higher price scratchy NFTs have a higher multiplier. So if you pay the $75, of course, that's going to give you a higher multiplier. The 25, may just be 1x, 3x, who knows how complicated they'll try to make it. NFT time decay. To prevent the staking pool from being diluted, the multiplier associated with any given scratchy NFT will decrease over time. Each scratchy NFT will only earn rewards for a set period of time. So we talked about this before in like the way options contracts work, how they lose value over time. Same thing. So when you get it, maybe it'll be good for 5 months and those rewards will decline. I think what that'll do is that'll kill a lot of the secondary sales, but I still think people will stake them until the end, earn those rewards until they end up dying. Scratchy's revenue share staking pool is designed to scale up as the platform grows, which is basically what I just mentioned. As more and more platforms take this on as a utility, add their little logo and everything to it and white label the service, that should exponentially increase the revenue that's coming back in, and then that revenue can be shared with everybody through the staking model, which is exactly what that is, revenue share. So this is what it looks like, and I like it. It's just super simple, right? I mean, it's very easy to use, not too complicated. I feel like some of Forex's stuff is like really well thought out, but there's like a theme to it, gamified, like the animal farm. You got to understand what the whole purpose is, that the animals end up taking it over, and then, having ownership of it, so then they work harder because they feel like a sense of ownership, if you will. Then there's all the farms, and you got to figure out how you want to play the dogs and the pigs and all that. It's a little bit complex for a lot of people. That's why a lot of people I know just like Drip. They just want something really straightforward. Okay, I'm earning my 1%. What happens when I claim? What's my max payout? Like those are pretty generic principles and pretty easy for people to understand. I think the animal farm is like a level 2. This one, for understanding it and its complexity, is a level 1. You come to the Scratchy purchase page. You pick which one you want. And of course, you could buy a dog's one, a pig's one, or a drip one. You pick how much you want to spend. You obviously purchase that with B&B. It's going to give you your ticket. You can digitally scratch it right on the screen to see if you won. Hopefully this is real. Could you imagine winning 6.9 million? That would be freaking crazy. But it's possible in the long term. Once these jackpots start building up over time, it's going to be a lot of money coming to the system. Some of the numbers Forex was throwing out were extremely high. So if that's the case, this could get pretty wild. So you'll have your own little tickets page. It looks like you'll have your tickets that are staked, and you've got them in the system staked. Those are earning you rewards. This one says 5x. I'm not sure if that's a real thing or not. 10 days. So maybe that staking period is a shorter amount of time. And these up here are your tickets that looks like they're not scratched. So I assume that you scratch it. It tells you if you won, how much you won. Then you have the choice, stake it or collect the prize. Burns the ticket. If you collect the prize, stake it, it will go down here. So pretty self-explanatory. I think that's freaking awesome. Next, we got Scratchy's branding and promotion opportunities. Host to earn. Hosting Scratchy can earn you up to 15% of all B&B used to buy tickets on your platform. So if a pancake swap wants to host this and earn a bunch and you can win cake from it, that is going to be super helpful for us because it's going to drive a lot of revenue into our ecosystem. For hosting partners with native assets, up to 15% of the ticket sales fees on your platform are used to buy the native assets. This can be used as a revenue stream, burn mechanic, reward mechanic, etc. So that's really interesting. So that would make a difference for stuff that have their own tokens, like even an ape swap, pancake swap, anything that has a native asset. They can figure out if they want to burn those tokens or use it as a revenue stream. That's super cool. And it's malleable, if you will, for whatever the company that uses or project that uses it. Seems like it's kind of fully customizable for them. For platforms without native assets, a share of the B&B can be used as a revenue stream for influencers that want to create a new brand or establish brands and want to add the service to their platform. Branding and white label service suited for DeFi platforms and large influencers who want to start their own ticket brand. Could you imagine like a pro baseball player? It's like, hey, I have scratch tickets you can earn in B&B. Like this could catch on and be super interesting. Because if you got a platform, just even like Logan Paul, right? Logan Paul, for example, just set up his own freaking NFT and made $7 million overnight or whatever. Someone like that has a ton of reach. And so he could go, hey, I want the Logan Paul scratchies. He white labels the service. He bounces it out to his millions and millions and millions of fans and followers on YouTube and his podcasts and all that type of stuff. He's got the reach. This dude could make a ton of money and give his people an opportunity to make money. I mean, that's super easy for people who have like a large platform like that. big YouTubers, pro athletes. To me, this is better than the NFT version everyone's trying to kick out. Because what you don't have to do is create utility, right? Like if you're creating an NFT, let's just say you're Derek Jeter, you're throwing out an NFT, people may buy those and trade them like collectible cards, but what people really want with NFTs, especially right now since we're in a down market, is there to be some real utility attached to it. It's got to give you some real tokens, whether it pays you out in BUSD each day or even a native token, or gives you access to whatever, yacht trips, whatever. There just has to be some utility there. The problem is that the developers of those projects, they got to create the utility and then they got to actually stand by their word and then deliver that utility. With this, you don't have to do it. A big name can come in and say, I want this, put my face on it, this is giving me my own scratch ticket, and the utility is, if you win, you just get the B&B, and the influencer or celebrity or whoever really doesn't have to get in the middle of it or touch it, because it's all based on the smart contracts and how the smart contracts are built out. So the possibilities here are pretty amazing. Scratchies provide a fully flexible white label service. Hosting platforms and influencers are able to have a bespoke platform, themes, and prizes. Scratchies affiliate structure. Scratchies affiliate marketing structure allows intermediaries who assist with hosting Scratchies products on third-party platforms to earn a percentage of 0.2% of all B&B generated by the sale of the tickets on the affiliate's platform. So what this is saying is, if I've got a hookup with some NFT project or Pancake Swap or my homies and I want to reach out to them and facilitate the deal between them, and then they use it, then I can get 0.2% of all that B&B generated. So there's a couple big players. I don't know that many people in the space like that. I'm not at that level. I'm not a developer. But there's some people in Drip that could reach out and have some heavy contacts. And if they get this hosted, I mean, these guys could make a few $100,000 a year basically doing nothing. Anyway, that's the Scratchy light paper. Let me know what you guys think. The big things for me is it is super easy. It's going to be really user-friendly. It's going to drive so much liquidity in. I'm excited about this one. There's a lot of people who are like, I don't see how lotteries are going to be a big deal. Gambling is one of the biggest industries in the world. Lending is one of the biggest industries of the world. So the stuff Forex is marching toward, I think, makes a lot of sense, and there's utility there, and then we can build a bunch of other little things along the way. But ease of use and simplicity stands out to me, and the other thing that stands out is that any big influencer who wants to strap their name on this can easily do that, and it's akin to them creating an NFT that already has pre-built utility into it. It's genius in my opinion. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm actually super excited about this. I think this has the potential to take Drip back above $50 in a really short amount of time. So I'm looking forward to this. Again, this is probably a September thing, but if this launches in September, Q4 of 2022 is going to be lights out. Happy investing.